Hello everyone, I'm Devashish Dikshit and welcome to the walkthrough of RAT, short for Research Analysis Tool. It is a Python-based tool which helps you automate research, analysis and literature review. If you're always tired of searching research paper manually for emerging trends, understudied opportunities and research questions, then RAT is just the tool for you. Reminder to the viewers, if you're not interested in the technical details of RAT, feel free to skip to the timestamp where we start setting up API keys, and after that I will show you how you can use RAT without writing a single line of code using the GUI version of it. So let's dive in. So all the important links, including the link of this GitHub repo and the link of a RAT Python notebook, would be given in the description. You can use this repo to navigate to the apps by either in Collab or the GUI version of it. You can see how it works by reading the workflow, and there are instructions on how you can get API keys from either of the platform we are using in this project, and instruction on how you can run this application locally. So anyways, let's start the walkthrough. So first of all, we need to import some libraries and install some applications, which we can do by running this cell. I've already ran this cell because it takes quite some time. And after that, we go to this tab and store our API keys, which I will tell you how you can get later in the video. Then we use this section for web scraping from archive. If you don't know what archive is a storehouse of millions of research papers and scholarly articles. So what this function does is it asks from the user for a search query. Suppose I use LLM. It creates an archive link which would have the search result for this search query, and then it asks me for the maximum number of pages to scroll. Every page has 50 entries, so if I'm scrolling say 2 pages, it would amount to 100 queries in the data frame of total. You can inspect the top 5 entries here. Then you can download the scraped data if you're in this cell, but it's optional. See, starting download. Now the AI magic begins. This cell uses Grok API to iteratively go through each and every entries in the data frame and use the abstract of each research paper to construct a 2 or 3 sentence summary, which would be helpful in the next step. So it will take quite some time, as it is being iteratively called for, in this case, 100 entries. And by the way, you can change the model, and the models which you can choose from I'll describe and tell how you can look through all the models in the documentation of Grok. So once we reach the API extraction part of this video, I'll tell you how you can do it. But for this instance, I'm using Llama 3.18 instance because it is comparatively faster. So let's fast forward this a bit. So we are done with the summarization part. It took quite a while. We can inspect a new data frame here, which have AI generated summaries for each entry in the data frame. Again, you can download the scraped data with either AI generated summaries, or you can download the scraped data with AI generated summaries without the abstract column. You can use this CSV in platforms such as Claude, which do not provide free API but provide a free user interface for further analysis. But I would leave the work up to RAT because it's quite good at it. So in the last step, which is global research insights, it passes all the data, that is the title of all the research papers, their summary and the PDF link, to adhere to this prompt and generate a good research analysis report. So it identifies top 3 emerging research subfields, 2-3 understudied research opportunities, most promising breakthrough research questions, and potential cross-disciplinary insights. At last, it cite references using the PDF links. So let's run this. And for this, I'm using DeepSeek, Distill Llama 70 billion parameter model from OpenRouter. This one doesn't take that much of time because it is running only one time, but the context window of the model needs to be big if the dataset we'll be using is big. So for 100 entries, it doesn't really matter because context size of say 16K would do, or 8 or even 8K would do. But if we want to analyze say 1,000 entries, then we will have to look for a model with a bigger context window. And how you can see those the amount of context window, the tokens, is discussed in the API extraction part, which we'll see later in the video. So let's see, here is running. It stores the extracted knowledge in the insights string as a string, which is in the form of a markdown, which we'll be using to export and downloading as a PDF. But let's generate it first. As you can see, the insights of that were so we ran into a problem here. It cut it off some of the part, so there's no need to worry. We can just rerun this cell. Because it is a free API, things like this happen, but if you give it another chance of view, it will self-correct it. So as you can see, it has generated a neat report this time, and let's export it as a PDF and see how it looks by running this cell. So this looks pretty good for me, and it also even has references. Now let's see how we can get the API keys from OpenRouter and Grok. Firstly, let's see how we can get the API key from OpenRouter. So go to the OpenRouter website. The link will be given in the description. Make your account by registering and then come to this home page. Go to these 3 lines, click on keys and create a key. Give it a name. I'm giving it the name example1. And here you have it, your API key. You can copy and paste it in the API key vault of the RAT. And about the context window size I discussed, you can come here, select the models by price low to high. So basically it will show the free models which we have here, such as Dolphin 3.0 R1 Mistral 24 billion free, and you can see the context here. It has a 33,000 context window along with other information such as the input token price, etc. You can also use paid models, but I'm using the free ones. So now let's see how we can extract Grok API key. For Grok, you need to come to this website. The link again would be provided in the description. Go to API keys, create an API key, give it a name. I'm giving it a name, say example1. Submit the name, and you can copy and paste your API key of Grok. So, and you can use documentation models to see what models are available. Now let's see how you can use the GUI version of RAT. The link would be provided in the description, or you can come to the GitHub repository and open it by pressing on this app. So this is the app right here. You need to get your Grok API key, copy it, paste it here, enter it to confirm it. Then you need your OpenRouter key, which you can get it from here. You can store it somewhere if you use this multiple times, which please do, and enter for confirming it. Select your model. I'll be using 3.18b instant, and for open router I'll be using DeepSeek R1 Digital Llama 70b free. Let's say our user query is NLP and the pages to scroll is 1. Now we start analysis. So now the analysis is complete, and like the notebook, you can download CSV at any step of the process. And here is the summary. Here you can see, as we have used DeepSeek R1, the 70 billion parameter model, it has done its thinking because it is a chain of thought model, and from here the research analysis starts. This is the report it generated, and here are the references, and that's it. Whether you want a technical deep dive or just want to use the GUI version, RAT provides you a way to complete your research analysis much faster, simpler, easier, and in a smarter way. Let me know what you think about this project, and I'll see you in the next one.